Okay, so I finally got my parts in. I got a new choke cable in, OEM, Yamaha, and I got another set of gaskets in for the PW. So there is a considerable difference between these gaskets that I got. These are the OEM gaskets. Now I'm not sure if there's any upgrades or anything from these ones, because these are an eBay one and I couldn't get anywhere else. However, I do have the old gaskets here that was on the bike, and this is the gasket the gasket that failed on me here. You can see it's just like really rigid and stuff. The one that was on the engine, that came off the engine, that was in the box of parts, is actually a paper gasket, and it's very flexible and even thicker than what the other gasket is that came with it. Not by a whole bunch, but it is thicker. The new gaskets that I got. Oh, and the other thing, let's see, where is it? Oh, here it is. What I found was interesting is the original head gasket that was on this engine was a metal, like an aluminum gasket that came off the engine. The new gasket is also an aluminum type gasket. So the two things, these are the stuff that came off the engine originally, is just like the stuff that I got here. The new gasket is a real pliable paper gasket. The head gasket is actually an aluminum gasket. The gasket that came in the kit with the bike when I got it, that one was actually a copper gasket. Now, initially I would think that the copper gasket would be a better gasket. However, when I look at these, it seems like the aluminum gasket is even thicker than the copper gasket, almost twice as thick. And so, I mean, you can just, the difference in the two gaskets is night and day. So, that's my take on these gaskets. So I'm gonna start putting the cylinder back on the engine here and see if we can't finish that part up. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we don't have any vacuum leaks this time. So I've kind of went over it again, made sure everything is clean. I did find just a slight little glob of sealer on the bottom edge of the cylinder here, but I don't think that had anything to do with it. But you know, with the clearance on these as close as it was, it's hard to say. So first things first, let's get our base gasket on here and go from there. Oh man. I just discovered where the problem is with my engine. The cylinder, where it matches up against the block, there's a little lip on the block where everything kind of sets in. But this cylinder actually goes out beyond that lip and doesn't allow the cylinder completely go up against the block. I'll look at the other side here and see if I got the same problem. Sure as heck. Well, sure as heck, that's what's going on. I'll be darned. I'm going to pull this off and then I'll show you what's going on here. Okay, so this is a very strange problem. Okay. This is an aftermarket head. Okay. And what is going on is when they, I gotta turn some more light on here so you can see. Okay. So when they make this head, if you look right over here, this gasket, this lip of the cylinder here hits on the block and does it on both sides. And there's a little lip on the block that the head flushes up against, and this portion on each side is hitting on that lip and not allowing the cylinder to seat up against the block. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to mark this, and then I'm going to have to grind this head off. Now I've checked the gasket against all these things, and the gasket seems to fit up good against the block, and it fits up good against the cylinder here. So it's everything else seems to be okay, but this here, I don't know if it's in the casting of the cylinder or what, but we're gonna have to grind this thing off and try and make it fit properly. So anyway, I'm gonna grind her off here and then we'll get back to you in just a second. Okay, so here we go. I've ground down the lip here of this cylinder right along the edge here, and same way right over here. Now it should, when I put the gasket on here, this should all line up perfectly now. That side looks real good. This side here, maybe just a little bit more right in here, looks like. Yep. Okay, we're gonna grind that down just a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna take another stab at this. I think I've got everything pretty good. I think you can see it in here. This here's all really smooth. Everything's cleaned up again here. So let's give her a whirl and see how it works. See if it works. I think that's gonna be right there where you need to be. Let me see where I'm at here. Okay. Once again, don't forget we got to line up the plugs or the rings. Oops. All right. There we go. Let's see if this thing is slid up in there now. that looks better. Let me grab the light here. Go to the other side. Double check it. Yes. All right, it looks like we are tied up against there. Oh, man. That's I hope somebody got something out of that. These aftermarket cylinder heads here, or cylinders. I don't know. They don't fit very well. That's for darn sure. So far, I've learned that the gaskets are cheap. The cylinders don't fit worth a damn, and the carburetors are junk. So I hope that helps somebody out. All right, let's get this gasket on here. I suppose if I may not have had the problem with the gaskets that I had, but I'm kind of glad I did, because now it gave me the opportunity to evaluate this thing and really see how these things are put together. So I hope everybody else got something out of this too, because I would think that'd be a pretty big issue with these bikes here. All right, let's give her a little test here, see what we got. I feel no leakage whatsoever. Let's give her a kick here and see if I feel vacuum. Oh yeah. All right. All right, so this is my extra carburetor here. This one came off of the my extra engine. I'm going to take this and I'm going to, before I put it on here, I'm going to pull the bowl off of it, check it out. Just make sure it's all clean. I'll run a little bit of carburetor cleaner through it to just do a flush out on it and make sure that everything's working good. Okay, well, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm going to try and fire the PW. Everything's all put together. I still have to do a final rundown, check all the nuts and bolts and everything once I get it all running here, but we're going to give her a try and see if this thing will go. Okay, turn the fuel on. I'm not even going to choke it. Damn, it runs! Let's try that again. Dang it, kill switch isn't working. Oh well, it's running. Woo! That's a major accomplishment. Oh my gosh. All right, well, we got the Yamaha pw80 running. I'm going to present that to my granddaughter here in the next few days. So we'll be moving on from this here real soon. I still got a couple little things to tighten up, but other than that, it's pretty well done. Next, if you guys have been watching the channel, you know that I've got the 47 International here I've been working on. I'm getting ready. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm pulling the front end off the truck. pulling the engine and transmission out. I want to do some readjusting to the frame, some mistakes I made when I first built it. And so we're going to get that straightened out, get it ready to hit the road this year. I'm going to be doing some panels on the side here, be using the Bead Roller. If you haven't seen the videos for the Bead Roller, you can go check those out. This here I built, put it all together, and it's been getting a lot of action on YouTube, so you can go check that out. I've got a whole bunch of other projects coming up later on in the year. We're going to be doing a 64 or 63 Impala Super Sport that I've got that I'm going to be restoring, a 87 Chevy, a 68 Cougar, whole bunch of stuff. So please subscribe, hit the notification, keep watching us, and God bless you, man. Keep coming back. Thank you for watching Oregon Hot Rod.